Greetings, historians. Here on Merry Meeples, we are looking at a new game coming to us from Capstone Games. I'm going to preface this by saying I'm going to do my best to pronounce the names that are herein. However, I may not do it well. So this is Match of the Century, Spassky versus Fischer. There's your designer. Also comes to us from Teep Print Games for 2. So, Match of the Century. In the summer of 1972, the final match of the World Chess Championship in Reykjavik saw the ultimate showdown. U.S.-American Bobby Fischer challenged the reigning world champion Boris Spassky from the Soviet Union. Touted by the media as the most important sporting event of the Cold War, an incomparable thriller unfolded. And now, you can be right in the middle of it. Alright, so this is a 2-player only game. 30 to 45 minutes, 10 and up. Let's look inside. So for starters, you have this bag, and it's a nice big old bag, although you won't really be digging stuff out of it throughout the game. It is just meant to hold the components. So this is the white queen piece. This will denote who's playing white and who's playing black. You have... Or did I just mix those up? I bet you I just mixed those up. Yep, no, I was right. There's your queen. And here are the kings in the player colors. These are going to keep track of the points on the side. This is the advantage marker. You'll see what this is used for when we get to the board. And these are pawns in your player colors. You're going to use these to possibly increase your advantage for cards played if you have some available. And these are your tracker tokens to keep track of your mental acuity, I believe it was. Alright, first off, let's go ahead and look at the rule book. So for 2 players, setup, status markers, mental endurance, not acuity, mental endurance. How to play, the cards, playing a game. And there's your mental endurance, how to update your status, end of the match. Overview effects on cards. So the weird thing that was going to take some getting used to on this one is they refer to the game a lot, and that is basically more of a round and not the entirety of the game. The game is actually the match. Next up, we have a historical context book. This will give, here's your editor's note, Match of the Century. So then this gives you a lot of background and historical information on this match if you want to read up on it and see the whole backstory of this game. Lots and lots of words, 22 pages. There's the bibliography and the back cover. Alright, so now you have the decks. If you've played another game by them called Watergate, this is very comparable, kind of the bare bones of it. It's a tug of war style, and each player has their own deck and is trying to do things to benefit their side. So let's start with the Bobby Fischer deck. You get an overview card, and then you have the card. So up here it shows the white piece it's in reference to, and this is the black piece. So whichever side you're playing for is the side you're going to have up. This is the power ranking of it. And then this is the effect of the main piece. And then this small one here is the effect of the piece showing this way. So this is either resign the game and gain +1 mental endurance for each unresolved exchange, or gain 1 advantage. So you have 0, a 2 and a 1, a 2 and a 1, a 3 and a 1, a 3 and a 1, a 4 and a 1, a 4 and a 1, and a 5 and a 1. So obviously all the white ones have the advantage, or just have the pawn on the other side. So here's the black pieces then. Same numbers, and as you can see, they have different abilities here. And then even a little headline to kind of explain the reasoning behind the ability. So there's Bobby's deck. Now let's go over to Boris's deck. He also gets a overview card. And then he's got the same power pieces, the 0s and the 1s and such. However, these abilities are going to be different. relax between games. Stalemate, counterplay, castling. And there are the cards. One thing left, there is not much in this game, and that is the board. So we'll only really show you one side. So this would be Bobby's side. So this is where he'd put the pawns if he has them. And what happens is someone's going to choose a card from their hand and be like, I'm going to play here. Then the other person's going to play a card here. Whoever has the most power would get 2 advantage. So they'd move this advantage marker 2 either way. Down here is that mental endurance. So this shows your hand limit and how many pawns you get. And then over here is where you'd put your king. So as you're getting points, you go. And it's a race to 6 points. If there is a tie and you both get to 6 points at the same time, Boris wins. And that is historically accurate because as the defending champion, he needed to get 12 points. And so Bobby had to get at least 12.5 in order to win. All right, but yeah, so that was Match of the Century from Capstone Games. Hope you enjoyed. I am now going to go and read that massive book so I know what's going on in this game.